Hello, good evening, and welcome to the middle of the game. Why are you running away from Monty Python? What did Python ever do to you? So, welcome to the half point of the game. By half point, I of course mean... well, yeah. I mean, assault in the control room. It's weird to think that we're already like halfway through the game. And of course we're at the halfway point where we are at the longest... what feels like the longest level in the entire game. Which is kind of saying something when the library exists, but... the library is more tedious, I'd say, than assault in the control room. Though, to give some criticism of Combat Evolved, it has a problem with its level design, and I think Assault in the Control Room shows it off, where a lot of areas tend to get reused. Like this room right here, this sort of layout, this sort of octagonal or circular layout, and the indoors with the hallways, this gets reused a lot in Assault in the Control Room. So much to the point where it's like, am I really progressing? I mean, I have to. They have arrows on the floor so that you know where to go. But for the most part, it's primarily just this area repeated over and over with some hallways and some canyons in between. It's still a good-looking level, even after all this time. But, you know, that's just probably the one critique against the level design with Combat Evolved, is that at some point it just gets repetitive. Which, you know, it's probably just a case... it is a case of the development being crunched. Especially by... the end of the game, like the last 3 missions, which... oh, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
Team Zulu, this is Cortana. Hold position. We're on our way. Roger that. Make it quick.
That was kind of expertly timed with the music. So yeah, there are going to be times where you're on this bridge, and later on the level, there's going to be another bridge, like a cross, and there's going to be enemies shooting at you from there. But here is just the one bridge, and make it simple. I am fearing for my life. Hate dealing with zealots. Especially on the higher difficulties, or even just in general, because again, one hit, you're done. That's it. Yeah, through there into another octagonal room. They change the barriers in between them to sort of funnel you into firefights. That's really the main sort of small layout change that they have. I know in this room they spawn hunters near where you have to go. If there's one way you don't want to fight hunters, it's in a environment like this where you can't maneuver. Or maybe that's just on higher difficulties. Probably is. Or I'm just thinking of another one later on. So when I said last part, I want to talk about the music. This is this part. When I first played Combat Evolved, and I got to this room, and I heard this particular song called "Perchance to Dream," I sort of had this moment where I'm like, oh, I really like this game, and I like this song. It's a shame that it's only like a minute long. At least this original version, or any version, a Combat Evolved version, I should say, because Perchance to Dream gets used a few times in the trilogy, and remixed. Which, let's get into the music. So Halo's soundtrack was composed by Martin O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore. O'Donnell was the audio director at Bungie and handled casting for the characters. I believe Salvatore was another composer at Bungie. They're both no longer at Bungie, but of course, both of them are left for, or I should say, are gone for differing circumstances. There was one thing about Halo's soundtrack that I didn't actually know for the longest time. The female vocals that you'll hear in a few of the songs, most notably in the main theme, it's actually Martin O'Donnell. And the story goes is that he was in a booth and he was just screaming random gibberish and whatnot, and that's what became the female vocals that you hear throughout the game. I think it's only him in the tracks that are from Combat Evolved, like specifically the original tracks, not the arranged ones that they do for Anniversary. But you know, it's an interesting little tidbit. I didn't know that for like the longest time. I don't think like most people knew about that, because like it's a little random. But the power of audio software and pitch shifting, you gotta love it. So just a quick aside on some new Covenant vehicles. We have the Ghost. It is sort of a get out of jail free card, unlike the Warthog, which I like the Warthog, but you kind of need a gunner to really take advantage of it. Whereas the Ghost is much more faster and nimbler than the Warthog, but it's also kind of janky to deal with. Like there's just some sort of weird feeling with controlling the Ghost or making precise turns and whatnot.
Roger that.
And the Wraith, that mortar tank that the Covenant has, they're really easy to dodge unless you're up close, which in that case, good luck. And that bastard got an easy shot at me. But now it's time for a standout vehicle. The Scorpion, the UNSC's version of a tank. Say version of a tank when it just is a fucking tank. I have a lot of problems with the Scorpion in Combat Evolved. Like, it's okay. It's slow because it's a tank. It's very powerful with its main cannon. It also comes equipped with a machine gun. Problem is that some of these shots are not going to go where the reticle is. For some reason, there will be some shots that will just sort of peer off to the sides of where the reticle is, and you'll see that as I use the Scorpion. Also affectionately referred to as Sheila in some circles of the internet. That man's dead. That man is hanging by a thread. Yeah, another thing the Scorpion can do is you can have up to 4 other people ride on the sides. But when I say that the main cannon is powerful, it pretty much one-shots almost everything. At least if they're... It one-shots ghosts. It one-shots... I think it two-shots wraiths. It one-shots hunters. That's really what it's good for. There are times where I try to... That's going to me. There are times where I try to anticipate where the shot is going to go, and I end up missing. At least how I play now. But it's still a damn good vehicle, even if I do have issues with how it is. They buffed it to hell and back in Halo 2. Like, the machine gun is much more accurate in Halo 2, which just makes it a freaking monster. I think I was trying to go for the achievement where you destroy all 4 wraiths in the level with the Scorpion. Of course, I'm not going to get it because I already destroyed the first one in the previous area. And that's... Ow. Just take 2 fucking fuel rod cannons to the face.
The Covenant placed their tanks to defend the entrance to the tunnel.
Get the lead out, Marines! Right on! Make 'em count!
Like that armor wasn't so tough after all. The smoke
So the Xbox Showcase came out last week, and it was one of the few. I didn't watch Summer Game Fest or PlayStation State of Play because I was busy at the time, so I didn't get a chance to watch them. But I did tune into the Xbox Showcase and watch that. Clockwork Revolution looks to be I think my anticipation is for Clockwork Revolution. That looks really good. I'm really looking forward to that one. And I think, like everybody, I'm a little flabbergasted by how they chose to end the show, which, in the event you didn't watch the showcase, so here's what happened. So Phil Spencer comes out and talks about how next year is Xbox's 25th anniversary and how they have games lined up for that, like a new Fable, blah 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 blah. And he mentions that there is one game that has been with us with them since the beginning. Obviously, it's Halo. Obviously, he's referring to Halo. And then they choose to close the... They close the showcase off with a trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Which I think is probably the most boneheaded move I've seen in the history of boneheaded moves. Which... Call of Duty comes out every year. It's a given that Call of Duty is going to be coming out every year. It's been doing this since fucking 2005. Like, you don't have to make a big stink about it. Say, oh, this is what we're gonna end the showcase off. Not Halo or not anything new. We're gonna end it on Call of Duty. And look, I like Call of Duty. At least the older games. I bought Black Ops 6, but I stopped playing during Season 1 because, like, I just wasn't having fun. Again, there's a lot of problems with modern Call of Duty that we could go on and on and on about, and everybody and their brother has complained about, so there's no reason for you to hear me repeat the same things that everybody has said for about, like, 7 years at this point. Whenever Modern Warfare 2019 came out. Wow, that's... wow, it came out... Oh, wow, it's Modern Warfare 2019. I wonder what game... I wonder what year that came out. But no. There's been problems sort of brewing for years. And with the advent of and usage of artificial intelligence in the making of Call of Duty, that it took them like months to say on the Steam page, when they have to, by law in California, tell. It's just, why of any game you choose to end it with Black Ops 7? Like, when I first saw the trailer, my immediate thought is, why is there White Ethan from Infinite Warfare here? That's just White Ethan. Which is kind of an insult, because I like Ethan. Ethan's like one of the best characters of Infinite Warfare. You just took Ethan and just colored him white. Okay, such a boneheaded decision. Another thing I want to point out is like, it just seems like the Activision acquisition just like aged Phil Spencer like you wouldn't believe. Like, how old is Phil Spencer? How old is that man? 57. That man looks like he just came back from war. He looked like he just got off the plane from Nam during that showcase. But yeah, but another Halo-related stuff. I have heard that Infinite's Halo 3 related update has been received very well, and it seems to be doing well. I'm very glad. I'm very happy. I haven't gone back to Infinite's multiplayer, but you know, as long as folks are enjoying the game, you know, that's a plus. That's a plus in our book, I think. I say in our book, like I work at fucking 343. course, I still disagree with a lot of how the shop stuff is priced. Like, obviously the stuff in the shop is meant to incentivize folks to buy the premium currency. But like that, the pricing on it is just a bit, it's just too much in my opinion. I don't really think it's like fair to folks. But you know, if folks are willing to spend the money for that stuff, then you know, more power to them. I'm just one guy with an opinion. And as they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. Come on, guys. We're off to kill the aliens. La Bamba. There he comes. Come on. Come on, guys.
Let's roll.
Get over here, Johnson.
There it is. Whoa! I see him. Right in hell.
I've been clearing out my backlog recently. I just finished a game called Metal Wolf Chaos. And for the folks who don't know what that is, it's an older From Software game from '04. It was originally released in Japan. It was Japan only for the longest of time.
I thought the Covenant had eliminated
Until
all the
it
Marine forces in this area.
got brought over to the West in 2019. And what it is you play as the President of the United States who pilots a mech suit to take down a coup d'etat attempt from the Vice President. You know, it's incredibly satirical, it's goofy as all shit. It's kind of fun to play, but it's also, it still has some of that From Software difficulty in there. I'd recommend it. I also think I would just love to play it on the channel. I think it'd be a very fun game to play. But alas, we cannot go through with our tank. The fun stops here.
Let's go. I had that one.
Ooh, he said the thing. He said wart, wart, wart. It's a fun fact about that. The voice for the Elite is actually the same voice for... It's the same voice actor for Sergeant Johnson. And when he's saying wart, 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 it's actually saying go, go, go. Which... I'm kind of amazed that, you know, they can get that to just sound nothing like English. The art of audio engineering is an art. That's a fucking statement of the century. Oh, the art is art. Who'd have fucking thought?
Marines, hold your positions. We'll handle those guns.
Master Chief, we should scale the ridge and get below those stationary guns.
But yeah, really, when you get these sort of larger... These larger arenas, it pretty much pays to have be able to take shit out from afar. And I would really hope that that works too. I would really hope that that Banshee came a little closer so I could just throw a plasma grenade at it. But then again, throwing a plasma grenade at like any enemy next to you will just cause them to just fucking book it towards you and just take you out alongside them. It's a very dick move.
That's how you do it, amigos! Oh, yeah.
I've also been looking at like ways to record off of AV output, since most of the games, I should say some of the older consoles I have, are AV output. But a lot of the stuff that I see are primarily, it looks like they're primarily meant for like recording like old home movies and then transferring that to digital, which I'm not sure how exactly that goes for, you know, recording gameplay off of old systems, but I don't really know if I should like attempt with that stuff. Because from what I hear, a lot of those AV to HDMI converter boxes you can just buy on Amazon are kind of shit. Like, they get the job done, but the picture quality is kind of meh. And I know there's this massive, I say massive, but this not exactly converter box. I forget the name of it, but I looked into this like months and months and months ago. But it has output on like so many different things. It's got outputs for AV, composite, S-video. I think it has SCART too. Like, who the hell I don't even know what SCART was until I learned about this thing. Was it called the RetroTink? I think that might be it. Yeah, the RetroTink. Yeah. It's expensive as shit, though. Like, the RetroTink 4K. They're these converter things. But, like, man. Like, is that what I'm gonna have to use? Like, that can't be right. Like, obviously not the 4K. That's too damn expensive for me. Like, that's almost $1,000. But, you know, if you want a quality... But I guess if you want a quality product, that you should shell out the big bucks. But no, I'm pretty sure I'll figure out something. Like, there's bound to be some way that doesn't involve buying those cheap-ass boxes. Because, you know, I'm kind of limited to only HDMI. Like, there's a lot of games I'd love to do that are kind of stuck on AV. Like, nobody's making the Hop Hog HD PVR, whatever the hell it was called. They're not making that anymore. Like is Hop Hog even around anymore? I don't think they are. Like, it's all about, like, Elgato and all that sort of stuff nowadays. I'll think of something.